Your Majesty, Your Majesty, at your event at Candlemas, you proclaimed that you would offer elevation to a certain gentleman after a spirited and rousing round of fights in the list.
So we did.
I would simply say that in all the years I have known him, which is more than 20, he is a good man and true. I would ask that you make him a good knight and true.
Your Majesty, on behalf of the Chivalry, on behalf of your populace, on behalf of many people who have felt the sharp edge of Thomas Penyngton's sword, I beg a boon of knighthood for him.
We are aware of Thomas's nature and skill, and as we proclaim your Candlemas, we will most certainly offer him the accolade. Come forward.
His Majesty summon the members of the most noble order of the Chivalry.
Good Sir Knights, do you concur with our judgment that Thomas should be made a member of this order?
Aye.
Very well, come.
Their Majesties, call forth Master Thomas Penyngton. I think the goose is ready, Your Majesty.
Vive liesse, puisque l'amour devient.
Thomas? In confidence with this order and of our own certain knowledge, we are minded to make you a knight of the society. You are no squire, and therefore have no obligations to a knight. And make you much by this. Is there a royal peer who will attest to Thomas's courtesy and chivalry?
Your Majesty, I am a most fortunate royal peer to be able to speak good words of two of my strongest friends and associates today. The courtesy of Thomas Penyngton goes back in time to eons beyond, to a previous name. And yeah, it is still a name. Those may know him by his earlier name, and still as a courteous Viking, a rare and wonderful thing. Wonderful they are, Your Majesty, in all cases. As Thomas Penyngton, we know him to be a gentle soul, filled with the milk of human kindness, with the joy of life and the pleasure of training other people and welcoming everyone into his fine attributes of brewing and other skills and sharing his skills with them all with a generosity that is much appreciated throughout the land. But mostly I will say, Thomas, that I have never seen you utter a cross word. I have never seen you lose your temper. I have seen you be mild-mannered and well-spoken at all times, and it is my opinion that you were unable to yell at anyone until you actually achieved 3 boys in your own family. If necessary to raise your voice. I speak to you as that His Majesty would ask for in his chivalry.
Is there a companion of the Pelican who will attest to Thomas's service?
Right here. I, Master Etienne de Couteau de Roche, Baron of the Court, shall speak on Thomas's behalf. I've known Thomas since the day I first became unto the Shire of the Grey Gargoyles 13 years ago. He is one of the last remaining of the original gargoyles, tutored by the hand of Cariadoc of the Bow, hallowed be his name. His offices within the gargoyles included that of Seneschal, Minister of the Arts and Sciences, and Marshal. He is the gentle giant, who is quietly strong, capable, and most knowledgeable of the pursuits of his passion. His sword and combat knowledge are available to all those who seek it at his weekly practices. Indeed, he is the only one for whom I have ever donned armor and asked to render unto me a killing headshot. I had a migraine for 3 days. He has been event steward and feast steward at our events. He's been a capable instructor to those seeking his experience on the field of combat, as well as in the culinary and beverage arts. He is always ready to help those with the most complex of tasks and with the everyday heavy lifting. He is a good husband and father to enough sons to repopulate the Midlands Army single-handedly. As the father of one very active son, this to me is service enough for the realm. I cannot recommend him highly.
Is there a member of the Lord?
Yes, Your Majesty. I, Mistress Theodora von Igelheim of the Order of the Laurel. I was pleased to act as an advocate for Master Thomas when he went up for his laureate, and I'm more than pleased now to attest to his skill in the arts and sciences. Not only wonderful meats and climates and Sicers, unfortunately this being a dry site, we cannot quite partake of them yet, but he is a skilled musician. He is a leather worker, a sewer. He built a period pavilion. His arts and science are very numerous in skill, and he is more than happy to teach anyone who is willing to learn. And plus, he's been widening his skills throughout the years, so I'm pleased to. Well, and hopefully his 3 sons will also make fine additions to the Mid-Realm Choir. So I am pleased and honored to recommend it to Your Majesties.
I understand there is one more member of the chivalry.
Your Majesty, this is a letter from Sir Ish de Shito, who asked me to carry his words because he could not be here having a previous commitment, so I will simply read what my good brother has written. Greetings to Dag, my king, and Anne-Marie, my queen, and the assembled populace from Sir Ish de Shito. I would like to start by saying how honored I am to be chosen by Thomas to speak for him. I was even more honored when he allowed me to speak for him when I could not be there today. I hope these words are equal to the honor I have been granted. Years ago, a young lad known as Svein Svensson arrived in Grey Gargoyles. The Gargoyles were one of the most fiercely independent groups in at least the Midlands, if not the entire Mid-Realm. But while very independent, they were loyal king's men. That influence would be profound on Sven and his descendants. Sven was a warrior through and through. Not a soldier, not a hero, but a warrior. And that, in my mind, means the balance of both. While a warrior, he was not following the standard path of a warrior in our society. So Sven would disappear, and his descendant, Thomas Penyngton, would take his place. This man would become a laurel. This man would become a father. This man would remain loyal to his crown, but know that he had other priorities as well. I approached Master Thomas shortly after his elevation and asked him if he still wanted to be a knight, so his elevation to the laurel. He told me that he did, but he also told me that he knew there was only so much he could dedicate to at one time. But he never gave up. With his other duties and obligations in mind, he never gave up on his goal. He knew he was a knight in his heart, and I knew it as well. He continued to slowly move forward in his martial prowess, for he was a knight in all other ways. I watched and helped him increase these talents, teaching him what I could, but mostly just testing his mettle. I watched him reach a knight proud, and he did it all the while knowing that his family had to come first. In the 10 years since his laurel, he has always understood his duties. When those called upon him, his personal desire to be a knight would be sacrificed. It is these two things that show this man has been a knight for a long time. It simply took him longer to show us his priorities were in line. I would end this by simply saying, welcome, brother.
Right mindful of your prowess on the field, and responsive to the wishes of your peers, we are minded to make you knight. Know that to wear the belt and chain of a knight is to hold a sacred trust. The obligations of knighthood will demand your efforts at every moment of your life. The knight of the society must be respectful of all religions, never offending the faith of another. The knight must respect all those who are weak and defenseless, whether because of age, infirmity, poverty, or vow, and be steadfast in defending. The knight must love his kingdom and his province, and fulfill most faithfully his feudal duties to his baron and his king. His word must be dependable beyond doubt or question. He must never flee from the face of his foes. He must be generous to all, and always and everywhere he must be the champion of the right and the good. The laws of the society and the customs of the kingdom require that a knight be proud, as you have proven yourself to be. A knight must be courteous, as you have shown yourself to be, and as these noble gentlemen and ladies attest. A knight be loyal to his kingdom and his society. You then desire to accept the burden of knighthood and swear fealty to the crown.
I do.
Swear your fealty to the homage to the crown of the new kingdom.
I here swear fealty and do homage to the crown of the Middle Kingdom, to ever be a good knight and true, reverent and generous, shield of the weak, obedient to my liege lord, foremost in battle, courteous at all times, and champion of the right and the good. Thus swear I, Thomas de Penyngton.
This do we hear and shall never forget, nor fail to reward that which is given. Fealty with love, valor with honor, and oath-breaking with vengeance. The belt.
There is your majesty. I think his lady would like to put it on him.
Wear this belt as a token of your prowess. Is there a chain? Wear this chain as a token of your fealty. Your courage.
Bit of the story which Fern will mention while I put them on Thomas.
These are historic spurs. These were presented to me by His Grace Sir Gagan, and these are the spurs he was knighted. They were made in the distant past by Gagan's fourth brother Ragnar the Nine-Fingered. These spurs, we have many of us seen His Grace wear them himself in recent times. It is a measure of his strong respect for you and his regret that he cannot be here himself due to an illness that commonly strikes the last 4 weeks.
there a sword?
There is, Your Majesty. On behalf of Thomas's friends, far and wide, here.
Bear your sword with strength, so disposing your heart to goodness that you never use it to harm anyone unjustly. The memory of oaths given and received. In memory of your lineage and obligations. Be thou a good knight. You have felt oath binder on your shoulders. The buffet you are about to receive is not a display of machismo or of strength. It is an act of humility. You come before your crown and enter yourself into its service. Rise. Sir Thomas Penyngton.